Ever since Kanye West got canceled for his DEFCON 3 statements, he's been overseas chilling with his wife, strutting around in bad outfits. Now, not too many people are fans of his bad outfits. Someone in particular who's not a fan of Kanye West and his wife Bianca's bad outfits is Kathy Griffin. Now, Kathy Griffin, for you guys who don't know, is a washed-up comedian who essentially had a meteoric rise through edgy sex jokes, right? She was before her time.
I swear to God, I will f you. I will fuck you because you're all talk, honey. I know your type. You'll leave crying. It's sore.
Now, outside of the edgy sex joke, she's also known as of lately, or she's infamous, I should say, for her severed, bloody Donald Trump head photo. You see, she thought it would be wise to post up photos of her holding the severed, bloodied head of a sitting president.
Right now, there's the photo. We've blurred out the bloody replica of President Trump's head that she was holding. And the president did tweet moments ago, Kathy Griffin should be ashamed of herself. My children, especially my 11-year-old son, Barron, are having a hard time with this. Sick.
I sincerely apologize. I'm a comic. I crossed the line. I moved the line, then I crossed it. I went way too far. I made a mistake and I was wrong.
Now, obviously, that didn't bode well, and she damn near lost everything because of that photo.
The call I got was they have opened an investigation on you, and it's been opened by the Secret Service and the U.S. Attorney's Office, meaning they were ready to indict me. Like, they were like, if we find one thing, I know. I was put on the no-fly list immediately. So I was like, yes.
Comedian, no.
Of course. So I can't make a living.
This is ridiculous.
So I'm on the no-fly list for 2 months.
Kathy Griffin has been out the spotlight for quite a while, but it looks like she's back with more bad decisions. See, she decided to upload a 4-minute video where she makes Kanye West her new target and accuse him of the unthinkable.
Oh man, I'm gonna get in trouble for this video. It's gonna be controversial, I'll tell you right now, and I'm probably gonna have like a lot of bros coming at me for it and everything, but it's just my opinion, just something I've been thinking about.
So she starts it off with, "This is just my opinion," and then proceeds to say the most defamatory thing that you can say about any man. You see, I don't get to say, oh, this is just my opinion, but Kathy Griffin is a pedo and sleep with 8-year-old boys. I don't get to do that. Like, that's not just my opinion, that's defamatory.
Okay, so we've all seen those photos of Kanye and his new wife, Bianca, right? So I don't need to show you. And it's easy to make fun of Kanye. I mean, I make fun of him in my act because he's like crazy and nutty and does all these things. But when I see those photos where she's in pantyhose and like not even a bandeau top, it's really all about being see-through and stuff. I think, number one, she has a banging body. Like, of course I would kill for that body, so this isn't about that. But she does have a body that is almost identical to Kim. And what I wanted, just sort of, what I'm suggesting, this is just my belief, is this is going to be bad.
Here's a word of advice. If you're about to disseminate information that you yourself is cringing at and saying this is bad before you even get the words out, you probably shouldn't be disseminating that information.
I actually think that he may be physically abusing her, and at the very least, 100% I think he's psychologically abusing her.
This is just my opinion, but I think he's 100% psychologically abusing her at the least. Physically abusing her is what I estimate. Am I tripping? Like, this is outrageous to you guys as well, right? Now, Kathy Griffin, I wouldn't put it past Kathy Griffin. Then I really believe the words that's coming out of her mouth, and she's only doing this to ingratiate herself with the Hollywood elites. Kathy Griffin will go to no ends to be accepted by Hollywood elites. For God's sakes, Kathy Griffin pretended to be Jewish for years in Hollywood, all right, just to be accepted. So I don't think it's beyond Kathy Griffin to summarize, Kathy Griffin is trying to make a comeback, so she picks public enemy number one in Kanye to ingratiate herself with that community. But even that, I don't think that Kathy Griffin would be stupid enough to do if she believed that Kanye West was in his right mind. See, she's picking on the crazy dude. If Kathy Griffin thought that Kanye West had any type of stable brain cell in his mind at this moment, she wouldn't play with him. Because any sensible, reasonable, rational, normal human being would be filing a lawsuit at Kathy Griffin's door before the words accusing me of being a physical abuser came out of her mouth.
Now, let me tell you why. I've talked about my dead brother, Ken, on this app, who was a physically abusive man toward actually his wife and his girlfriend, who both told me. But one time his wife told me about a time that he had physically abused her when she was out of the shower. He locked her outside their apartment and she was totally naked because he wanted to humiliate her in that way.
Just because your brother was a piece of garbage who abused women, you don't have to project your brother's bad behavior onto somebody else. Kanye West isn't doing anything new with his new wife, Bianca, that he didn't do with Kim Kardashian. Like, Kim Kardashian was posing nude for magazines and nude on Instagram. Kanye West didn't care. He's just a different type of dude who don't care if his wife wear revealing outfits, bruh. That's just dumb. For you to now judge this man and characterize that as physical abuse with no evidence, to me, is crazy.
So when I see this woman who has no voice, we have not heard a peep out of her.
I've heard her speak. Actually, I've heard her speak plentifully.
I've read that she has a master's degree in architecture from a university in Australia. She's gorgeous. She seems to have no voice whatsoever. She's not on social media. I don't know if he's not letting her talk.
We've gotten so far from traditional values that when modern single women like Kathy Griffin see a wife not on social media doing the most, not acting super loud and over the top like Kathy Griffin, they think she's being abused and held captive. Maybe she's being submissive and she's a wife. She don't need to be online doing the most for a check. Her husband was damn near a billionaire at some point.
But I just think that her walking around with him, and he's covered up in practically a freaking burqa. I mean, he's covered up in scarves and clothes. But when they were in Italy, and he had her drop to her knees, what looks like in the photos, and give him a service, and we saw his bare butt, knowing there were paparazzi photographers all the way around and people with just phone cameras, that to me just reeks of abuse. Like, get on your knees and do this now on a freaking water taxi. So it might sound to guys like, oh, that's sexy in a fantasy. Doesn't look like a fantasy for her. And they sort of got in trouble in Italy, and she still, you know, walks around with him in pantyhose and always high heels. And you guys, she's not selling this stuff. So
far, Kathy Griffin's receipt for why she believes that Kanye West is physically beating his wife and psychologically abusing her is because his wife gave him head on a boat. His wife is walking around in clothes that matches his style, and his wife is too quiet and not on social media with a voice.
There were sort of similar photos with Kim back in the day, and then Kim would be wearing Skims, which she was selling, God love her, and now she's a billionaire, and that worked, and this does not seem like that. And the photo where she has a pillow in front of her breasts, I don't know if she was like, can I just go out with a freaking pillow or what? But then they went to Germany and they went to a fashion show, and this time she was in like a thong and like this sort of, I'm gonna sound silly now, like this like big bird headdress where it looked like she couldn't see and yet still like practically naked. And there's video of them walking down a stairwell going to this fashion show, and he's not holding her hand, he's not helping her. And so I don't know her, I'm never gonna meet her, but I just want to know what you guys think, because it just looks like something a really controlling, abusive dude would do.
This is not just irresponsible and wrong. This is extremely dangerous. Like, this man is already walking around on edge. He's already walking around with the world on his shoulders. You're now trying to add added accusations of him beating his wife onto the pressure he's already facing. Also, too, bro, like, this man is fighting for his reputation, fighting for his career, fighting to make a living to feed his family and his kids. And you hopped online, made a 4 to 5 minute video accusing him of physically beating his wife because she's outside wearing outfits that match his style, because she's giving him oral or head on a boat, and because she's not on social media with a voice. That's your proof and receipt that this man is beating his wife, bro. Listen, Kanye, file that lawsuit, bro. Take her for everything she got, and she ain't got much left. All right, but while you guys are at it, man, click on the video somewhere on my screen right here to find out why Tasha K just exposed Joe Budden for betraying her and doing this behind her back. Click on this video to find out why, all right? I'm going to see you guys in this video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.